two amazing recipes using celeriac, or celery root as it's also called. Now, a lot of people are very worried about using celeriac in dishes because it looks so bizarre and not very appetizing. But don't be fooled by its ugly exterior. It is actually really delicious and very versatile. And the dish we're going to make today, I'm going to show you how tasty it really can be. Firstly, we're going to make some pulled celeriac birria tacos, really hot and spicy and delicious. You're going to love them. And secondly, we're going to move on to making some teriyaki celeriac bowls, which are really, really delicious. So let's get started. So as I said at the top of the video, we're going to start off by making some spicy celeriac tacos. These are absolutely amazing and I thoroughly recommend them. We're going to be making a rich and smoky sauce to cook that celeriac in. This is going to soften the celeriac and impart tons of flavor to the vegetable. The key to this smoky sauce is using a range of dried chilies to impart color and taste into that sauce. So the chilies we're going to be using, and forgive me for my pronunciation of these chilies in advance, is 60 grams of guajillo chilies. This is a mild and sweet chili that's going to add a subtle spice to the sauce and add a wonderful rich color. Next, we'll add 4 dried chipotle chilies. Chipotle chilies are smoked and dried to produce a really delicious smoky taste, which will take our sauce to the next level. And finally, we're going to use some ancho chilies. Now, these are also really mild and sweet chilies, so don't worry about too much heat being imparted in this dish. This ancho chili is going to add a really lovely, rich color to the sauce. Now, I know for some of you, it might be a bit hard for you to find some of these chilies in traditional supermarkets. So for UK watchers, I've put a list of links in the description where I usually source my dried chilies from. I don't have any affiliation to these guys, it's just where I personally use. We're going to take the dried chilies and add them into a large cooking pot, and we're going to cover them with 1.5 liters of vegetable stock. Bring the pan to a simmer and then cover, and we're going to cook these chilies until they are nice and soft. And this should take around 10 minutes or so. Once our chilies have softened, we're going to transfer them along with the stock into a blender and then tip in a can of plum tomatoes, 4 cloves of peeled garlic, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, 1 teaspoon of black peppercorns, a bay leaf, a single chopped onion, 30 grams of sea salt and 30 ml of red wine vinegar. And you want to blend that mixture in the blender until it's really smooth. We'll now prepare our celeriac. And here I'm using a large celeriac which weighs about 900 grams or so. Peel the celeriac, removing any knobbly or dirty pieces, and then use a box grater or food processor to grate the celeriac. Now heat 100 ml of olive oil in a large saucepan over a medium heat. Tip in the grated celeriac and cook for a few minutes, and then tip in the chili sauce. Bring the sauce to a simmer and cook for 20 to 25 minutes until the celeriac is tender. Once our celeriac is cooked, it's time to make our tacos. Heat a small amount of olive oil in a large frying pan over medium. Place a small tortilla into the pan and cook for about a minute until pliable and soft. Now heap a couple tablespoons of grated vegan cheese onto the tortilla and around 3 to 4 heaped tablespoons of the pulled celeriac mixture. Garnish with a little minced red onion and some sliced coriander. Fold the tortilla in half and cook for a further 2 minutes. Then flip and repeat until the taco is nice and crispy. Repeat this process until you have enough tacos to serve. Serve the tacos with a squeeze of lime and enjoy immediately. Watch out, these are pretty messy to eat, but they taste absolutely great. Next up, we're going to tackle our teriyaki celeriac bowls. These crunchy and sticky cubes are absolutely to die for and are perfect with just about anything. They serve them with rice, serve them with noodles. They are super versatile, but here today we're going to make like a kind of Buddha bowl style teriyaki bowl. Before we start on the actual teriyaki celeriac, we're going to make a quick pickle of red cabbage and carrot. A quick pickle like this is a wonderful way to add acidity and crunch to any dish. It works wonders here against that backdrop of sticky and sweet teriyaki. Place 200 grams of fine sliced red cabbage and 200 grams of julienne carrots into a small mixing bowl. And then you're going to toss that with 1 teaspoon of sea salt, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and the juice of 2 limes. Leave that to rest for 10 to 15 minutes, after which time the vegetables will have started to give off some moisture. Then work the cabbage and carrots with your hands, crunching them in your palms until the vegetables have softened. Drain any excess liquid away from the bowl and place the softened vegetables back into it. Reserve the pickled veg until needed. To make our teriyaki sauce, we want to mix together half a cup of sake, half a cup of soy sauce, a quarter cup of mirin, and a quarter cup of brown sugar. Mix into an even sauce. Now here you might be asking, what the hell is mirin? Well, mirin is actually a really subtly sweet rice wine. It's kind of like a mixture of golden syrup meets vodka. It sounds bizarre, but it's really quite delicious. And it's actually key to making this teriyaki sauce. However, I know it really can be a little bit tricky to find. So for UK watchers, I've added a few links in the description for places I buy mirin. If you really can't find mirin, you can substitute it here for sherry or port, but I really recommend trying to get your hands on mirin. It's really good. So now our teriyaki sauce has been prepped. We're going to prepare the celeriac. We're going to first peel off all the knobbly skin, then cube the vegetable into 1/2 inch cubes. Heat 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil in a large frying pan. Add 4 cloves of minced garlic and saute for 1 minute until soft. Tip in the cubed celeriac and toss briefly to cover with the garlic oil. Then pour in the teriyaki sauce and stir with the celeriac to combine. Then bring the sauce to a simmer and gently cook the celeriac in the mixture for 10 to 15 minutes until the sauce has thickened into a really lovely sticky paste. Be sure to turn the celeriac every few minutes or so the cubes get evenly cooked and coated in that teriyaki sauce. Remove the pan from the heat and toss with 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds. Once your celeriac has cooked, it's time to prep your bowls. Make each bowl by first serving a generous portion of freshly prepared jasmine rice and then some sticky celeriac. Lay it on the pickled vegetables, some freshly cooked soybeans, and a sprinkling of spring onions so that each bowl bursts with color. And then enjoy immediately. Okay guys, there you have it, 2 interesting recipes using celeriac. As I said at the start, don't judge celeriac by its, skin. It looks ugly, but it tastes delicious and is really, really good for a lot of range of dishes just outside of these 2 recipes. So I encourage you, give it a try when you have a chance. If you've liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more recipes. And as always, the recipes are in the description and links there, so check out the site for any more info. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.